Let us do pradhan and start the session. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Annado Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Shraddhatraya originator, sensational writer, Hindu virtue donor, the Emperor of spiritual kingdom, Sri Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarlu. We are learning Shraddhatraya Bhagavad Gita interpreted by Sri Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarlu. We learned 8th Slokam from Shraddhatraya vibhaaga yogam chapter in the last week. Let us continue learning from the 9th Slokam onwards today. Let us recap the meaning what we learned from the last week. The Sattvic people have affection for such food which endure long time, increases long life, health and satisfaction, gives strength and rejoice. They have affection on the juicy food which increases affection and makes them beautiful look and palatable. So we came to know about two kinds of things which we put inside the mouth that goes into the stomach. One is the real food which helps nourishment of the body and strength to the body. Another one which makes toxication to the body. So the substances which makes body go into the toxic is not considered as a food. So, and also we got the conclusion that vegetarian or non-vegetarian, anything is fine which will help your body to get strength and health. So there is no restriction about the vegetarian and non-vegetarian food to eat. Now let's move on to the 9th Slokam onwards. Today let us see what is the 9th Slokam. Katvaamla lavanatyushnatichna ruksha vidahinaha ahara rajasasya ishta dukkha shokamaya prada. So the people who got the Rajasa disposition, what kind of food they like is, so bitter food, sour food, salty food, pungent food, dry and hot, and eatables that make thirsty, and the eatables that give pain while they are eating and after it is done as well. So these are the foods interested by Rajasic division of disposition people. Let's move on to the 10th Slokam. Yata yamam gatarasam puti parjushitam chayat uchishtam apicha medhyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. Likewise, there are tamasa division of disposition people. What kind of food they like? Not cooked well. The food is still to be cooked, but so it's not cooked very well. Juiceless food, stale food, decomposed food, leftover food after eating, and unclean food they like. Who? Tamasic people. Let us see about the Sattvic. Let us see about the Sattvika Yagnam. Sattvika Yagnam means Sattvic penance. Sattvic, not penance, sacrifice. Sattvic sacrifice. He is talking about that in the 11th Slokam. Afala kamshi biryagno vididrushto yajjate yashtavyameveti manasamadhaya sattvatvikaha. One who does the sacrifice with determination of mind in accordance with the rules of Shastras. So whatever the Shastras are specifying, he will follow those rules, everything. So, and he does not expect any reward from that. So that kind of sacrifice is called sattvic. Let us see about the rajasic sacrifice. Abhisandhayatu phalam dambartamapi chaiva yat ijjate bharata sreshta tam yagnam vidhirajasam. He is talking about rajasic yagnam, rajasic sacrifice in the 12th slokam. So the sacrifice they will perform ostentatiously for knowing others and expecting reward. So they will expect the reward and do the sacrifice. That kind of sacrifice is called rajasic sacrifice. Let us see in the 13th slokam about tamasic sacrifice, what he is talking about. Vidhihinam asrushtanam mantrahinam adakshinam Shraddha virahitam yagnam tamasam parichakshate. So the tamasic yagnam consists of the sacrifice which is done without interest. So the tamasic people will not show any interest, real interest to do that. It is not bound to the injunctions of Shastras. And in it, food is not distributed. They don't do food distribution. There will not be any mantras to chant. And they won't make any offerings to priests. That kind of sacrifice is called tamasic sacrifice. So let us see about the penances. There are 3 kinds of penances. Bhagavan is talking about them in 14, 15 and 16 slokams. Let us see what are they. Devadvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Shaucha Marjavam Brahmacharya Mahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. He is talking about the body penance in the 14th slokam. One who has devotion to the demigods, the person got devotion to the demigods, Brahmins, preceptors or gurus and jnanis, and has purity without hypocrisy and practices celibacy and non-violence, which are part of the austerities of the body. Let's move on to the 15th slokam. Talks about the speech of penance. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapavichyate. So, without speaking the words that offend others, speaking truthfully and beneficially, and speaking to do good actions and recitation of Vedas are called speech of penance. And then he is talking about mental penance in 16th slokam. Let us see that. Manaha prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samshuddhirityeta tapapo manasamuchyate. So, serenity of mind, simplicity, silence and having self-control when Jivatma is in distress, and the purity of thought are called mental penance. Let us see the let us see here sattvic penance, how it is going to be in the 17th slokam. Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapastatrividham naraihi afalakamshibhiryuktai sattvikam parichakshate. So, those worthy men who do these 3 kinds of penance with utmost interest without expecting any reward is called sattvic penance. So, what is actually the sattvic penance is, above we came to know about 3 kinds of penances, right? One is body related penance, speech penance, mental penance, 3. So the person who performs all the 3 penances with a lot of interest and without expecting any reward, so that is called sattvic penance. Let's move on to 18th Slokam. So what it is? Satkaramana pujartam tapodambhena chaivayat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalamadhruvam. So those are ostentatious penances which are performed in order to get respect. He will have something, one thing in his mind to get the respect. So respect, honor and worship are said to be Rajasa penance. They are neither stable nor permanent. Let's move on to the 19th slokam that talks about the tamasic penance. Mudhagrahenatmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyo sadhanartam va tattamasamudahrutam. So this one, those penance which are performed foolishly by means of preservance with self-torture or to destroy others are said to be the tamasa penance. Here, that's about 19th slokam. So let's move on to 20th slokam. He is talking about the satvikam. दातव्यमिति यद्दानं दीयते अनुपकारिणे देशकाले च पात्रे च तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतं. So he is talking about satvika dhanam, the charity, satvika charity, the satvika division of disposition, charity. So satvik charity means having intention of doing charity and knowing the proper time and place for doing charity, which is given to the worthy person, who is the eligible person. You should give charity to him. You don't expect any reward. Such kind of charity is called sattvic charity. So let's see the complete explanation from our Swami. In our body, there are three kinds of divisions of dispositions, right? In three kinds of divisions of dispositions, the lust or desire is there, and also charity is also there. We came to know that lust or desire is the enemy of the wisdom. So the desire means which you expect from others or take it from others. Charity means which you give to others. So that's why the lust is our desire is three kinds, sattvic, tamasic, rajasic. Same way the charity is also three kinds, tamasic, rajasic, sattvic. So you have to know that at what proper time charity should be done. And one who is with intention of, so somebody, if they have intention to give charity, should know proper time when to give the charity. Then he has to do charity at the time when the person who receives it is needed. Okay, you have to know that principle. The charity should be given to Dhani after knowing whether he is worthy for taking the charity or not. The charity which is given to the Dhani who doesn't give back is sattvic charity. So if you do sattvic charity, you should not expect anything from the receiver. If you have some expectation, it is not called sattvic charity. We shouldn't get back in the form of money by giving him in the form of material. If you give some materials to him as a charity, you should not expect money from that. If it is done like that, it is not considered as sattvic donation or sattvic charity. So nowadays, many people, what they do, they will keep desire in their mind that he is going to return something after he receives this charity. So that is not called sattvic charity. Even some people, what they do, they will give 1 rupee as a charity and expect and make that person to come and do 10 rupees worth of the work. So that is not called the sattvic charity. Despite he has done charity, it should not be considered sattvic charity. So in the charities, knowing the worthiness and the time of charity is sattvic charity. You should know that this person is eligible to receive the charity or not, and you should know the proper time when it should be given. So let's end the session over here and do Mangala Prarthana. We'll start from 21st onwards in the next week. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhurupaya Mangalam. Prabodhatmam to everyone.